Okay, I wanted to make a collage video showing Represent Us and some of the things that have been posted on there. Here's the rest of their header. Together, volunteers passed the first Anti-Corruption Act in the U.S. Now it's your turn. This website is located at facebook.com, represent us, FREF=NF. Here's their rules and regulations in a nutshell. No personal attacks, no partisan attacks, no hate speech, no death threats or inciting to violence, and no spamming. Okay? So let's have fun. Okay, this is a contribution from somebody named Travis E. And no elected representative should be allowed to accept free travel or sports tickets from anyone. Elected office should be about public service, not personal enrichment. You'll see what this is about down the ways a little. People are getting fed up more and more every day. This is a cute cartoon. Haha. Too bad we can't put Twitter in a sling. Okay, Represent Us added a new photo. So we let them vote, but we don't actually represent them once we win the election. Brilliant. Well, now All Change International put a spotlight on this. The U.S. House of Representatives voted to approve the Keystone XL pipeline. And then they said representatives who voted yes took twice as much money from supporters of Keystone. And representatives who voted no took 5 times as much money from opponents. There's something kind of wrong with those figures, because twice as much money from what? And 5 times as much money from who? This one is labeled Stop the Corruption, Stand with Us. Now more than ever before, the people are responsible for the character of their Congress. If that body be ignorant, reckless, and corrupt, it is because the people tolerate ignorance, recklessness, and corruption. And James Garfield said this. Looks like we forgot our history lessons. Or maybe nobody ever took history, huh? Now, the Washington Post kind of displayed this. The New Jersey Port Authority gives license to company owned partly by the Cowboys, expected to net $875 million in profits. And I guess this was right around the time Jerry Jones was giving Governor Chris Christie a plane ticket and a luxury box at the Cowboys game. Nice. The Scholar at Princeton Education site kind of featured this. Wealthy elites give politicians money for their campaigns. 2/3 of all donations to political campaigns and parties come from just 0.22% of Americans. And if you're into math, that's less than 1. Oh boy. Politicians give elites 14,000% of the political influence of an ordinary voter. Oh Lordy. The policy opinions of Americans in the top 10th income bracket, is that 10%? Have 78% strength of influence over how Congress votes on laws. All other voters combined have 5% influence over the Congress, even though there are 9 times more of them. Did you know politicians can take money from the special interest they regulate under Provision 1 of the American Anti-Corruption Act, this would be illegal. How about that? Lobbyist. I guess that's what they call legal bribe takers. Lobbyist. Well, it looks like New Hampshire is having a rebellion march. And they said register and bring a coat. I think you're going to need it. Okay, we're updating the rules again. No personal attacks. Treat others with basic decency. No partisan attacks. No hate speech. And no death threats or inciting to violence. And no spamming again. Wonder if they're going to ban me. Okay, we're sharing ATTN's photo. If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent may we be led like sheep to the slaughter. And that was George Washington, who 226 years ago was elected first president of the United States. And his words ring especially true today. Wow. Here's a graph that helps put things into perspective. If you agree that we need to fix our broken system, then join us and help fight corruption. In the 2014 congressional elections, the 100 biggest donors gave $323 million. 5 million small donors who gave less than $200 each gave $356 million. Tiny elite, giant political power. This is interesting. Why Congress ignores Americans. Powerful elites versus ordinary Americans. Average household wealth, $952 or $57,000. And the other 90% by wealth has a mean household wealth of $12,000. Oh boy. And as a group, how they donate. Oh, wow. I guess if you got it, you give it. And this group here has 78% of the influence over what the Congress does. So Congress votes the way its wealthy donors want them to vote. Wow. That is according to this chart. I guess you can check into it more if you want to. I'm not sure this cardboard sign is right from what I'm reading. It says America is not for sale. Well, if it's not, then somebody like us better start doing something right away. Okay, here we go. Dear 114th Congress, it's the beginning of a new term. So here's a quick to-do list from the American people. End partisan gridlock. Stop wasting our taxes. Fix the economy. Reduce the debt. Help the poor. Educate our kids. Help clean up the planet. And get money out of politics. Okay. If you actually did something about big money corruption, we could start to fix all the other problems on this list. So let's start at the bottom one. And I have a suggestion of my own. Hold on. Yep, that's it. Let's do an amendment. to the Constitution of the United States of America. If you are a registered voter who lives in this state, that means any state, you and only you can make a campaign contribution to a properly registered candidate running for any political office. And it's subject to the rules and regulations of this amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America. Think that might fix it? Let's see.